ìtumọ̀ ètò kan. Best of traditional wedding. Gbogbo lólùfẹ́ rẹ̀ ń retí rẹ̀ nìyí. Best of traditional wedding. Ẹ̀bùn lóríṣiríṣi many gifts away. Best of traditional wedding. Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Best of traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó mọ̀ ní lọ́gbọ́n. Best of traditional wedding. Ṣé ti gbọ́? Ètò best of traditional wedding ló lọ lọ́wọ́. Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Best of traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó mọ̀ ní lọ́gbọ́n. Best of traditional wedding. Every Tuesday on Instagram. Every Tuesday on Facebook. 6 p.m. UK time. Every Tuesday on Facebook. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún mi lóye. Best of traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for joining me on today's episode of Ètò Ìgbéyàwó. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí. Ẹ̀yin tèmi nílé lóko lẹ́yìn odi. Mo kára lé, mo kérò ọ̀nà. Mo kọ́kùnrin, mo kóbìnrin, mo kọ́mọdé, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí àgbàlagbà wípé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò wa, ètò yín. Ètò kan náà tí gbogbo wa mọ̀ sí ètò ìgbéyàwó. Let's talk traditional weddings and more with Bùnmi Meet the Royals. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ṣe wà lórí ètò yìí kó tó di pé aṣọ nkóhun. Ṣé ẹ̀rí pé yẹ kájúbà fọba kọ́dá ayé, ọba ṣẹ̀dá ọ̀run, ọba lánàá, ọba lénìí, ọba títí ayérayé kọrin kése, ọba tá a dágbére fún lọ́dún tó kọjá pé à ń lọ kábọ̀, tó tún jẹ́ kó tún ṣe fún èmi àti yín lénìí láti wà láyé láàyè láti kọ́kọ́ ṣe ìpele àkọ́kọ́ nínú ọdún 2026. Bóyá jẹ́ pé ọdún yìí ò tí ì lọ jìnnà yìí, ọ̀pọ̀ òjò ló mà ti rọ̀ tílẹ̀ ti fi mu. Ṣùgbọ́n a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run alágbára lénìí wípé ó pa wá mọ́ tẹ̀bí tara. We are grateful for the gift of life. We are grateful for your protection. We are grateful for sparing our life to witness another day. And also to come back to have the very first episode of Ètò Ìgbéyàwó in 2026. Ṣé ẹ rí pé àrùn Fáyọ̀bí ò ṣọpẹ́? A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ọba alágbára gíga, ọba tó tó nípa tó kọ̀ tí ò pani, tó ṣe pé ṣe ló ń pani mọ́. Mo dúpẹ́ nítorí àlàáfíà àti ayọ̀ ni mo tún padà wá bẹ́yìn olólùfẹ́ ètò yìí, ẹ̀yin tèmi, ẹ̀yin ẹni bí ẹni èèyàn béèyàn tí ẹ̀ ń jẹ́ kí ètò yìí kó máa wáyé lọ́sẹ̀ọ̀sẹ̀. I'm so grateful for the life of everybody. Mo tún fàsìkò náà kọ́ wa wípé a kú ọdún, a kú ìyèdún. Ọlọ́run nífẹ̀ẹ́ lè ṣàṣemọ́ o. Ọdún ìyá yàbò fún wa tọmọtọmọ lágbára Ọlọ́run. Lágbára Ọlọ́run gbogbo ń ta fẹ́ pátápátá òun lọ́lọ́run máa fi fún wa lágbára lọ́wọ́ Elédùmarè. Thank you so much everybody for your support, for your encouragement, for all that you have done, for all that you have been with, for all the time that you have been with us, for not, forsaking this your little girl here, for coming every week. In fact, last week when we did not come, a lot of people messaged me, mi mọ̀ pé àwọn èèyàn tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ wá pọ̀ tó yìí. They were like, where are you, Olótù? We thought the show is going to come back today. I'm like, irọ́, a ṣe ń sinmi. I am so grateful to God. Thank you everybody. Thank you so much for your support. Ó dáa, ká má bòpò lọlé olóró lénìí, ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sórí ètò wa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò lénìí. Àmọ́ kó tó di pé a bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò yìí, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo fẹ́ bẹ̀ yín ni. Gbogbo àwọn tí ó yẹ kán wà lórí ètò lénìí, bí a tí wọ́n rò lọ́kàn wọn pé bóyá lóòótọ́ ètò tí padà dé. Please let us remind people that the show had started. Let's remind people that the show has started. Ètò ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní pẹrẹwu. Bá wa sọ fún àwọn èèyàn pé ètò ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, everybody, please, can you please let people know that the show had started? Thank you so much. Please remind people. Thank you, Mommy Joanna Lukan. Thank you. Happy New Year, ma. God bless you. Thank you, everybody. Please call people. Let them know that the show had started. Mo gbàládùra wípé nínú ọdún tuntun tá mú yìí, ire owó, ire ọmọ, ire àlàáfíà ló máa jẹ́ tiwa. Gbogbo ire tó wà nínú ọdún yìí pátá, òun Ọlọ́run máa fi ṣèkẹ́ wa. Ní bá wọn ní ìpín nínú ohun tí ò dá nínú ọdún tá mú yìí o. Wọn ní gbókù ẹnì kankan wá sí. Àwa tá bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọdún yìí láyọ̀ àtàlàáfíà náà la máa parí ọdún yìí ní ayọ̀ àtàlàáfíà. On this note, I want to welcome everybody back on the very first episode of Ètò Ìgbéyàwó in 2026. God bless you, everybody. Welcome on the show. My TikTokers, thank you guys. Please share the show. Let people know the show has started. It's so important, that you share the show. Yeah. Please, let's share the show. Let's share the show. Thank you so much. God bless you. And also, please remind people that the show has started. I'm just going to take my time so that we have more people on board because a lot of people are not aware. So if you know anybody that would normally be here, but they are not here, some people are, they're not yet aware that we've started the show in this year. The show has started, people. And please, can you do me a favor? Can you share the show? Please share the show. God bless you. I really appreciate if you can please share the show. Thank you. Please share. And remind people that the show has started. I'm just taking a bit of time before I go into today's topic, just because it's the very first one. I tún fẹ́ for opportunity náà láti appreciate gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n bá wa ṣagbátẹrù ètò yìí náà, pàápàá jùlọ iléeṣẹ́ Jelenke Duchess all the way from Nigeria. Thank you so much, Jelenke Duchess. We appreciate you. Thank you for always. We are so grateful. Thank you for always being there. Iléeṣẹ́ Jelenke Duchess tó ti ń taṣọ oríṣiríṣi, aṣọ ìyàwó lẹ́fẹ́ ni, tìyá ìyàwó lẹ́fẹ́ ni, tọkùnrin lẹ́fẹ́ tóbìnrin ni, aṣọ ọmọdé ni, aṣọ àgbà, aṣọ tẹ́ fẹ́ fi ṣe ayẹyẹ, ní ayẹyẹ tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ṣe, just contact Jelenke Duchess. Yeah. Thank you so much for always. And also we want to appreciate Celebration International Magazine for their support. Thank you so much for your support every time. We are so grateful. God bless you. So if anybody know anybody that would normally be here but they are not here, please let us call them. Okay. In this year, let's stop it. That's our prayer for this year. Lórúkọ Jésù, ọdún yìí á tura, kò ní le koko mẹ́nì kankan wa. Gbogbo ohun tá bá dáwọ́lé pátápátá ló máa yọrí. Gbogbo ohun tá bá béèrè báyìí, òun lọ́lọ́run máa ṣe fún wa. Ó dùn wá pé lọ́wọ́ tá wà yìí, wọn kì í gbà wá láǹfààní láti kọrin yìí for so long. I wish I could just play that song. We all know this song anyway. Ọdún yìí á tura, kò ní le koko mọ́ wa. Gbogbo ohun tá bá dáwọ́lé pátápátá ló máa yọrí sí rere lágbára Ọlọ́run. Okay, people, we're just going to go straight to today's topic. I don't know how many of us have already seen today's topic. Today's topic is about something really special. And it's something that applies to most people, most married people. The reason we are bringing this topic here today is so that we can discuss it. We can, check why it is happening, and also we can discuss how we can remedy that kind of situation. And that is married and lonely. Married but lonely. A lot of people are in marriage. They, orin tá àtẹ̀ tí lò fún ìṣẹ́jú kan wọ́n ti sáré sọ pé we have gone beyond the limit. It is well. I need to get to the bottom of this song. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so today we're talking about married and lonely. This year, by the grace of God, we're going to be talking more on realities, things that are realistic, so something that can help like we normally do, something that can help, that can make our marriage better, that can make our lives better, and things that we can do better. What have we been doing in the past that is really causing more trouble than a lot of people are struggling, and we need to talk about all these things. A lot of married people are lonely. Now we're going to go straight to today's topic. Please feel free to join me on TikTok, on Instagram. Send me a request, or please leave your comments. When you leave a comment, I'll be able to read it, and we will be able to talk about this. The topic is married but lonely. Number one, let us first of all talk about this. Thank you, Estelle Cake. Thank you so much. Let's first of all talk about when we say people are married and yet they are lonely. Let's first of all talk about it. Is it true? Is it possible for people to be married and still be lonely? And then, do you agree that there are some people in marriage that are actually lonely. They are married but they are lonely. Let's first of all talk about that. Is it possible for someone to be married and still be lonely? Let's talk about it. That's the number one thing that we're going to be talking about tonight, because sometimes when we bring topics here, you hear people saying, really, can that actually happen? TikTokers, please tap 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 tap. Call people that the show had started, TikTokers. And then Instagram, if you're there, please let me know you're there. Thank you, Estelle Cake. Thank you, Mommy Joanna Lukon. Thank you, Ayaba Oba Solomon Agbaye. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, everybody that is on TikTok. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Lubukola. Thank you, God's love. There's a lot of people on TikTok. Please, if I can't mention your name, please pardon me. Remember that this is a conversation. This is something that we need to discuss together. Don't leave me to be talking about this all by myself. We need to talk. We need to actually discuss this matter, because our aim in this 2026 is to live better, is to improve on our lives, and then to get rid of anything that does not make our life better. I want to find out from us. Mommy Joanna Lucon said yes, it is really possible. So that means people are agreeing. The topic says married but lonely, and I asked a question: is it possible for people to be married and still be lonely? I don't understand. Why would anybody still be lonely in marriage? And somebody said yes, it's very possible. Who else agree or disagree with that? Some people may say, I rock possible, but she married, she mama lonely. So possible, sha. So I want to find out, married but lonely, is it possible? Apart from Mommy Joanna Lucon that said that it is possible, who else believe that it's possible to be married and still be lonely? Let's talk about these things. Okay, I'm waiting for everybody. Please feel free to leave your comments, or feel free to join me on TikTok. Married but lonely. How possible is it for somebody to be married and yet lonely? People said it's very possible. Bukilish. Thank you so much, Bukilicious. Thank you. I appreciate it. She said, oh my God, this woman addressed in Happy New Year. Listen, Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Bukilicious. She said, yes, it is possible. People are saying it's possible. So apparently we've all agreed with the fact that it is very much possible for people to be married and still be lonely. Wow. Marriage, one of the major purpose of marriage is for companionship, to keep each other's company, to get rid of loneliness. That's one of the reasons why people get married, apart from procreation, apart from whatever. I think, particularly myself, one of the reasons that I believe that marriage takes place is because we want to keep each other's company. So now let's talk about it. Please, people, share this show. Let people know that we are live. We are live. People are not used to the fact that we are back. Some people are not even aware that we are back. Please inform people that we are back. Please share it on your platforms. Copy and paste on your platforms and let people know that we are back. We are live. So can we talk about now? I want to say something very quickly. Most of the time when we bring topics like this up, we are always very quick to assume that it only affects women. We're not talking about women here. We're not saying why are women only lonely in marriage. We are talking about loneliness in marriage. Both genders. I want us to bear in mind that it can affect both genders. TikTokers, please tap, 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 tap. Leave your comments. Send a request to join the show. And obviously, Instagram, please send us requests to also join the show. So I want to find out from us, why are people lonely in marriage? What are the causes of loneliness in marriage? I mean, when people are saying that somebody is married and yet they are lonely, what causes it? Why are people lonely in marriage? Why is it that we cannot keep each other's company? What happened? Let's talk about it. Please feel free to leave your comments. Why are people lonely in marriage? Let's talk about it. Please feel free to leave a comment. I'm waiting for us. I think a lot of us are yet to get used to this again. Somebody says, when the partners are living independent lives, living like roommates. I like that. When John Lucas said one of the reasons why people are lonely in marriage is when they both live independent lives, as in do your own, make I do my own kind of lifestyle. So how do people get to that point? Do yours, I do my, yeah. Konko jabele, kaluku lo mi ṣe tirẹ̀. Hey, like do your own, make I do my own. Do yours, make I day your day, make I day my day. Ha! Is that even supposed to be happening in marriage? You know, for people that are just joining us, we're talking about why people are lonely in marriage. Why are people lonely in marriage? That's what we are talking about, And we've asked question: is it really possible for people to be married and yet they are lonely? Is it possible? And people have said yes, it's possible. So we're talking about what are the causes of loneliness in marriage. Let me accept. Some people are sending me requests. I hope they understand this. Why is it not speaking? So people said one of the causes of loneliness in marriage. Why is this not accepting? Oh my God, not letting me accept people. Why? So we said one of the causes of loneliness in marriage is when people decide to live independent life, even though they are married. They are married. Somebody said family influence. When the family is too involved in their relationship, so many baby partners. Ooh, wow. Somebody said when there is a gap in the relationship. This thing is deep, It's so deep. People, people are lonely in marriage when people decide to live, even though we live together, but we decide to do our things, do your own, let me do my own. I don't want you to be part of, everybody decide to go their own and get their own way of doing stuff, which is not supposed to be so. So I don't understand. Why did we get married if we don't want to do things together in the first place? I don't know what's wrong with this thing this evening. So and then somebody said when there's a gap in the relationship, what causes gap in relationship? How do we get to a point where a relationship gets gap? Somebody said family, extended family influence, I believe, when people are beginning to influence the relationship or they are more into the relationship or okay. Now this thing that we're talking about being lonely and stuff in marriage, under normal circumstances couples are supposed to get close together. So people said the reason why people are lonely in marriage is because you do your own, I do my own. It's none of you. I'm not relating to you in any way, you're not relating to me in any way. So what's the point of marriage? What could get to a point where somebody will now be like, well, no, you know what, there must be a reason. I'm trying to accept people on TikTok. There must be a reason why people get to a point of, okay, do your own, let me do my own. We're not together, even though we are married, but I want you to do your own. Hey, it's not allowing me to accept. What's going on? So how does it get to a point where people say, okay, do your own, let me do my own? Somebody has said family influence could be, so many partners cannot do without involving their sister, brother, etc. before making valid decisions. Then also somebody said infidelity in marriage. Ooh. Okay, the things that are causing gaps, that are causing loneliness, that are causing gaps in marriage. Somebody said when you involve siblings, when you involve member of your extended family, people that are not supposed to be having say in your marriage, but they have say in your marriage. They are so involved. They are so they get involved in making important decision in the marriage. Okay, now somebody also said infidelity. Now let's take it one after the other. I mean, how do we get to a point where we say, okay, we all know that excess of everything is not good, but I want to also ask this evening: is it possible to be in a marriage and no family member will be involved at all? When somebody said involvement of other people in marriage, that's one of the reasons that causes gap, that causes loneliness, that cause people to not you know to not get close or to make them lonely. And we say involving family members, for example siblings, the siblings are too involved or stuff like that, so as a result of that the couple are lonely. Now what can we refer to, what can happen to somebody that can make us say, okay, personally, what I call loneliness may not be loneliness to somebody. For example, some people don't really they don't really care about some parts, some care about it. Okay, let's talk about what what is it that you can count as loneliness, as something that can make you feel lonely in marriage? Let's talk about that. Some people don't have, let me read. Some people don't even see their partner as part of their lives, which makes the other person lonely. Oh wow, that's deep. Okay, let me read this comment. Somebody said some people don't know that 1 plus 1 is 1. Okay, some don't even know that getting married means some people don't even know what getting married means, although no marriage school, but they don't want to learn, e.g. ogun idile. That one is deep. So that's part, that means that what's it called, that means that spiritually as well, that the spiritual can affect. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us, Joyful Noise. Thank you for joining us. Okay, now when we talk about loneliness in marriage, people are they've come to tell us about different things that can cause loneliness in marriage. Now I know that when it comes to marriage, it's not a matter of one heart fits all. Some people, yeah, what they find, they see as loneliness, some people may not see it. Somebody said this is a very tough topic. This is a very tough topic. What some people see as loneliness, some people may not see it. Some people may not really, I don't really mind. It's not really bad. What you're calling loneliness, I don't see it as loneliness. Kí ló dé tí kíní ò jẹ́ kí n accept àwọn èèyàn máa rògùn kẹ́? Why? Are you in, sis? Cookilicious? Are you in, ma? No, now. Please, now. Not today again, no.
I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you now, ma. I thought this thing is doing what they used to do. God bless you, ma. Happy New Year to you. Welcome to the show. And God bless you for your support.
ETO family. This woman, you want to finish us with dressing.
It's also my birth month as well. So let's start doing shakara from now.
So that we can be showcasing our outfit as well.
Abi.
Identifying you.
Thank you, ma. Thank you so much, ma. God bless you, ma. Yes, ma.
A little contribution.
Yes, ma.
This topic is a very, very tough one. It is a very, very tough one. And like you said, it's not one heart fit all. Loneliness comes in so many ways. So many ways. It leads to depression as well. And loneliness can be as little as your spouse ignoring your feeling. It can be as little. Well, I say little, but it is not little. It is very deep. Your spouse can ignore your feelings. Ordinarily, Jojoko TV last song can lead to loneliness. Yes. Before I even go deep into things that can make a partner find him or herself lonely in a marriage. Though, like I said, just ordinarily make a Jojoko TV. So people will be there. A lot of marriage couple, you want to sit down together at the table. Unfortunately, this part of the world don't find it bad because and all of that. But the little time you can share with each other, maybe your half days go see in a month, in a week, maybe once in a week, or maybe once every fortnight. To avoid loneliness, because those gaps of she a long day or she night already have separated you. I'm talking from this part of the world, working in Nigeria. So those shifts alone have brought automatic separation just to make ends meet. So now you have off days. You are supposed to be doing things together, like eating at the same time. Don't mind my age factor. So be eating so or watching TV at the same time. Some partner will not make themselves available, and it will lead the other partner because a lot of partners, I will not say a lot of women, very emotional. They are brought up with love, not only women. They yearn for love because family what's together. But you now having a half day, you can't stay with your wife in the kitchen to cook, or boya oko, some men they love looking out for their kids. You're off day now. But I claim, yes, understandable. But you have abandoned your husband, you have abandoned your wife, you have abandoned your children. So even kids can be lonely in a marriage. Kids will be doing their own separate things, or separately, separately. That's one part of it. Then a lot of things to man lead see loneliness in marriage. When if infidelity is in that marriage, everybody around the women, even sometimes it's not even the people that are closer to that woman. Ìyàwó mi báyìí universal donor ni wọ́n animaṣàwò bó ṣe fojú yàn àlè ló ń foyẹ ẹnu yàn àlè ìmí gan wọn ò bá sùn physically but afọ́júdi gan ó ń separate ọkọ ẹ ti wọ́n àbí ìyàwó ẹ ti wọ́n I don't like this thing. Like somebody said on either Instagram or YouTube or something, 1 + 1 is equals to 1. When you know you cannot be one with that person you have married, for crying out loud, ẹ má pa ọmọ ọlọ́mọ lẹ́kún, ẹ má kò ṣe family ẹ ó lọ mú nílé wọn pé ó fẹ́ tọ́jú ẹ ní ìwọ náà àti obìnrin ó gbà pé mo fẹ́ kí lágbájá tọ́jú mi ẹ sọ́ra yín dání má ṣàwọn bó ṣe ń bá ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn besties sọnù àwọn mo help ọkù mi ni wọn tọ́jú ọkù mi dáadáa you know those things ọkọ ẹ ti sọ fún ẹ pé ẹni yìí you're too close to this person. Some people will say ọkọ ẹ feel insecure kò ń ṣe insecurity o àtọ́jú ọ̀nà tó jẹ́ báyìí ló lójú jíjì tí mú ẹkún sùn wọ́n lè ti ṣe fún rí ó lè jẹ́ nínú family ẹ̀ àwọn ẹni tá à ń tí ẹ̀ pé best ló ń padà ń bá sùn and you will not say ọkọ ẹ feel insecure ó ti rí ó lè jẹ́ ìyá ẹ̀ gan lórí pé ọkùn mi tí ìyá ẹ̀ ṣe fún bàbá ẹ̀ ọkùn ló ń bá ìyá òun sùn táwọn ọmọdé mọ̀ kó má dẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ sóhun náà òun náà máa guide against it and if you see that this is what your husband does not like resist the devil and he will flee from you and especially these stupid shoulders táwọn ọkọ wa àbí àwọn ìyàwó wa àti àwọn ilé náà at the end of the day you think you are trying to be nice but the other person ṣe mọ nǹkan tó wà nínú ọkàn ẹ̀ you fẹ́ léyàwó ẹ̀ kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀ o fẹ́ bọ́ síbi tó wà ní so anything complain at the end of the day ó máa give up because èyí ò lè tó àgbàlagbà obìnrin tó ti dàgbà bọ́kùnrin tó ti dàgbà wá sọ fún ó ti sọ nǹkan tó like àti nǹkan tó like fún kò gbọ́ nìyẹn wá fílẹ̀ sáyé ẹ̀ ìgbé wa èèyàn kì í sọ fọmọdé kó má wòye òkè ètè tó máa fi bò ní òní rí tó bá jájú ẹ lójú obìnrin yẹn á withdraw from ọkọ ẹ̀ because ọkọ ò dance to tune ẹ̀ àbí kí ọkọ yẹn withdraw from ìyàwó ẹ̀ bestie sọnù ẹ̀ mo dẹ̀ ti dé nísìn. Let your bestie, if you know you don't have any ulterior motive, introduce that your best friend to your husband. Kàn di ọ̀rẹ́ kí wọ́n kúrò láàrin wọn. Tó bá mọ̀ pé kò sí hidden agenda níbẹ̀.
Thank you.
That's aside. Another one, ma. I think I know me sorrow. She understand. Ma.
Okay, please, if you please I'm just saying this to everybody. I know we all know, but just saying this. Instagram, I can't see you, I can't hear you. If you can hear me, please say something. Please let me know you are there. For those who are just joining us for the first time, thank you, Bikilisi. For those who are joining us for the first time today, this episode of ETO IGBEYAWO is actually the first episode in 2026 by the grace of God. And today we're discussing about married and lonely, or should I say married but lonely. We're talking about causes of loneliness in marriage. I asked initially that is it possible for people to be married and actually be lonely, and they say yes, people can be married and they can be lonely. We're talking about all different things that people can do that can cause them to be lonely in marriage. Now we are asking question personally, because not when it comes to these things, it is not one heart fits all. For example, what I may see that makes me feel lonely in my marriage, somebody may say, man, it's a big deal, I don't really mind. That doesn't really matter to me. So we're talking about this, and somebody is on the phone, on the call, telling us that some of the things that could make someone to be lonely in marriage, they differ and they all vary. And she has mentioned quite a number of things. In fact, she has even mentioned something that you would never think, that some people will even use their children as an opportunity to make the other spouse lonely. And then she also said that there's some people that even in their marriage, the children themselves are lonely. That the children are even lonely because parents don't even pay attention to the children. It's not just the spouses that are lonely. Then she talked about when people are too close for comfort. You know, Unique Kalaga, thank you so much, ma, for joining us. When people are too close for comfort, you know, for example, some spouses have besties. Are we supposed to have a bestie other than your wife, especially your wife or your husband? Or should I say, are you supposed to have a bestie other than your spouse, you know? And then also, Yemi Adigo, thank you for joining us. And also, are you supposed to have a bestie that you feel comfortable chatting with, discussing with, but your spouse is left behind? I really love what Bukilicious has said. Then we definitely need to know that infidelity, according to her, which also I believe, according to her, she said infidelity is also one major cause of loneliness in marriage. When the man finds solace in somebody else, or the woman finds solace in somebody else, you're already in somebody else's bed, so you don't even care about this other person's feelings. You know, that's what we're talking about tonight. Please feel free.
Sometimes infidelity go back, but the partner does not necessarily have to sleep with the other person that we are talking about.
Okay.
You're confiding in them. Hello, maybe my friend, for example. My husband is calling you. Hello, to ETO IGBEYAWO. Alati mo sọ fún ẹ pé mo láyé nǹkan. O ò dẹ̀ bá mi discuss pé o lálàá. My husband is discussing a failed business with you, with my friend, or with a church person that I introduced you to. Emi o dẹ̀ mọ̀ nínú ilé. O dẹ̀ kọ́ra mọ́ mi. I am asking you for allowance. You are snapping o kọ́ra mọ́ àwọn ọmọ. Oh, Benny, yes, so, but you are confiding in Koto Yakobaya, where she and where she are. One sack maybe share, one for many query letter, and share, what way or real coming most often. Irregular jambe shit to real long. And family as well, ma. Sherry, our family ye. Call our schedule for money.
Amen.
You will see one will leg back. One feel your brother, one feel anyway, it's common among Nigerians. Let me not say Yoruba, because we shall any Bobo tribe. One believe a man is the provider. A lot of marriages will be low shoulder. We just want a crown. A lot of Ade Filani won't feel
somebody said Ade. Oh God!
You just need something on your head.
Somebody said it is called Afojudi.
You know, and the Yahoo put in effort, don't bring family together, don't provide. But I want family all for. I will say that with my full chest. Well, one if you are and Mr. Dodo, your two jaw, your name, go to the poor marry. Go to share anything. Is that I'm a face of mommy?
Please, guys, you can join this conversation. No, don't leave this discussion for just me and Bukilicious. Please send a request to join, and also on Instagram, please send a request to join, or on TikTok. Please let's discuss it, because a lot of people are suffering in silence. A lot of people are married and they are suffering in silence because the spouse is not giving them the attention they want or they deserve. Now, we're not saying that people should be over possessive over their spouses and not let them breathe, which we're going to be talking about. Some people are over demanding.
Me, I will even get to that stage. I will not let my husband breathe. Because when you have done it to the stage, you have been watching sometimes when we are too quiet as partners, not only you understand that I'm saying partner, not only and me, I'm a no garagara, but me, could make decision. Yahweh to make decision, go make informed decision to push family forward. After to family member ẹbí ọkàn láti sọ sí ṣáá ni àǹtí mi mo fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan báyìí lo and behold your aunty gangan òun náà ní family tiẹ̀ tó heavy progress tí wọ́n ní as àbúrò mi kò rí ilé ọkọ
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
And they will be telling you how to run your own family.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Destiny helper and they could move life forward, but they have seen it and they will not let it work for both of you. So by that, ìyàwó yẹn máa wà lonely àbí kọ́kọ́ yẹn wà lonely. Wọ́n máa frustrate effort ẹni. Nígbà tó lúwẹ̀ ọ̀dẹ̀ ṣe olórí pé kíní wàá yà withdraw. Oníkálukú á máa ṣe tiẹ̀.
Tiẹ̀ lọ́tọ̀. Ó dẹ̀ ti, I mean, once you get to that point where you get to a point and you be like, you know what, it's okay. Just do your own thing.
Exactly.
Let me do my own thing.
I don't know about men. Maybe before a woman can withdraw completely, what you check out maybe 2 or 3 years ago before you see it happen physically.
Okay. Let's hear from somebody else. I think somebody just sent a request as well. It would be nice to also hear from. Thank you so much, sis. I do really appreciate you. Are you there, ma'am? I think I accepted.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Please, ma'am. Please, yeah. God bless you. Welcome on board.
Everyone. Happy New Year, Olotu. We are happy to see you this year again.
Thank you so much.
And you're looking, you're beautiful as usual.
Thank you, sis. Thank you, sis. Thank you so much.
This topic this evening is a very tough one. Seriously, I wish come up with one be right. You understand? So that they can learn. But sometimes, maybe when they hear from other women, not from their own spouse, you understand what I mean? So if they hear from other women, maybe they will learn and they will know whatever their wife or anything or anybody is going through.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? So it's a very tough one. Loneliness, it can come in different ways. You understand?
Yes,
of course, in marriage, communication is the key. But charity communication, I talk about a lot. Tí o bá ti sí communication láàrin ọkọ àti ìyàwó, that is the end of it. Gradually, that thing will be going until you get to a stage that you guys will just become, just a roommate. Let me put it that way. They might be roommates. Okay, let's just be here. So there won't be love again, there won't be affection, there won't be anything, and everything will just be dead. You understand? So a lot of women they are going through a lot. I've got some friends, okay, like I'm not gonna mention him anyway. So let me just give you an example. I have somebody that when she was doing me and my husband. Even if anybody outside there, she will say, "Ma fẹ́ join you so coming, can you move to blow up anybody will just say, "Ma fẹ́ join you so coming, you understand?" And at the end, Papa cheat on her.
Oh God.
Okay, funny. So
God.
So this thing, when this happened, then of course she was withdrawing gradually until they got divorced.
Oh God.
Yes, and this is the person that way our mama will buy it.
You look at her, Ọlọ́run tó ṣe lágbájá yìí.
The way they dress,
matching couple, yeah. Matching couple.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't blame her. So infidelity, in fact, the vocation she mentioned, so I just say, let me say that is the main, let me put it that way. That is the main, because you return my cheat on, I don't return my cheat on. You understand? It's like breaking a vow. So once it's broken, that is it. It's like,
excuse me, ma. They are easily forgivable, or how do I put that way? But I'm not forgive. They will do it the first time, the second time, the third time. But you cheat on them once and you are gone forever.
I know. Yeah.
Because the husband has been cheating on her. Not once, not twice, so she was telling me, I think I'm gonna try it. And I will do it, I will make sure. She was even telling me, that she will call the husband to come and see.
Oh God. Oh God.
You know, so what is this stage here?
So how do people get to a point where at the end of the day, at the beginning of the marriage, nobody I know infidelity is one of the major cause of loneliness that cause family to drift apart. But even looking at the
there's no trust, there won't be any trust again.
Yeah.
No trust, nothing.
Yeah, I know.
Once trust is gone, that is it.
Yeah. Especially when it happens more than once. Especially when it happens more than once. Now, how do we? How does it? I mean, I don't know, because when people get married and they take a vow, it's because of love. It's because they want to do things together. They want to do life together. So how does it get to a point, yeah, where God bless you, fully be? Thank you for joining. Somebody said that two wrongs cannot make a right. Well, I mean, when it's getting too much, we're all different. You know what I'm saying? Some people are quite forgiving; they will let go. Like some people, even if their spouse cheats, it's not really a deal breaker. Especially when the man is doing or the woman is doing what they're supposed to do. But some people, it's a deal breaker, complete deal breaker, and to majority of people, it's a deal breaker. Now, well, somebody also mentioned lack of communication. You know, obviously, if there's something you're doing to me and you're hurting my feelings. For example, if the person has been caught in infidelity and your attention has been drawn to it, but you did not change, you didn't do anything about it. People say, oh, she saw, oh, she saw, you should have told him, you should have called her, you should have explained to her. What about when I call her or him on and he acts like, well, it's falling on deaf ear? Yes, you know, it is one thing to communicate, it is one thing to have effective communication. And effective communication does not only come from the person that is communicating, it can also come from the person that you're communicating to. You know, like somebody said, for Judy, there are so many people as well that they're not really committing infidelity according to what Book has said, but what they are doing is worse than infidelity. You have a bestie that is of opposite sex, you know, even if your bestie is of same sex, conversations that you're supposed to be having with your friend, you're having that conversation with your bestie, especially when the bestie is an opposite sex. I don't understand. You know, obviously you're giving that person all your attention, you're giving that person everything, but you know, you're not giving it to your spouse. Obviously the relationship will be drifting apart. Thank you. Opposite sex bestie is not well. And guess what I have on my show tonight? I don't know how many of us know my nephew. My very lovely nephew is on the show tonight. Oba Inspires. Hey, oh my God, I have a big guest. So TikTokers, please feel free to come online. Thank you for joining me, darling. I really appreciate that. Please, TikTokers. Somebody said, if not all person. Okay. I think I got that wrong. Instead, it is not all the people, or everybody that has listening ears. Yes. Okay, you don't have listening ear, but you're married. How is that supposed to work? You know, because people say communication is one of the keys in marriage. People want to talk to you. I want to talk to my spouse. I want to talk to my husband about what I'm feeling, whether positive or negative. I want to communicate to you. TikTokers, please keep tapping because I don't want this life to disappear. Okay, a lot of people have said a lot of things, you know, and
especially during sorry ma, some people they've committed whatnot.
Yes.
Especially Okun, just put it that way. Some women are so one by wish. They don't talk wish. Come on, it's come on. They would have committed that infidelity. I was so sorry. Like, excuse me? Sorry, yet a parallel. And if you are still showing that you are upset, that thing, that word, you only hear your lori, be show mad.
Yeah.
Àwọn ẹlòmíràn tún ní courage wọ́n á tún gbé àlè lọ sórí bẹ́ẹ̀dì.
Wow.
Bóyá iṣẹ́ ni bóyá you know ọkọ tẹ̀ jẹ́ hotel. Ìyàwó ẹ̀ wá mọ ní ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bí sorry fún ẹ̀ àbọ̀kọ ẹ̀ mọ̀. Ṣé ọkùnrin agbárù ẹ̀ tó bá sọ pé di a máa bínú kí yẹn ṣe wà máa ṣó gbọ́ngbọ́ngbọ́n nínú ilé because marriage does not heal it. Kó má máa sọ pé kí ló tún fẹ́ ṣe bí mo ti bẹ̀ẹ́ náà.
No, it's totally wrong.
Does it work?
No, it doesn't work.
Èyí tó yẹ kẹ́ máa fi ìwà kẹ́ máa fi patch up story yẹn kẹ́ máa wojú ẹ̀ títí tó máa fi yọ lọ́kàn onítàn. Kí tó wá máa bínú. Mo ti sọ sorry kí ló fẹ́ gbà lẹ́yìn sorry.
A lot of people not even right break here. Even sometimes it's not even infidelity. Oh shit, got to wrong, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they wrong. Oh, so sorry casually, and you expect that person. She robots in your press reset button. They don't know how heavy, more. And they don't know that it doesn't leave us just like that. It's still happens in our mind. So any mama shame, whatever to gain the trust of your partner.
To regain the trust,
because
yeah.
you feel lonely, but she be so sorry.
And the funniest thing, yeah, the funniest thing about when you say Shebi Motisos, in fact, if you're actually sorry, yeah, you don't need to tell the person that Shebi Motisos sorry. The person will know that you are sorry for real.
That you are actually sorry.
Because you will do everything within your reach to show that you're sincerely sorry. And one of the things that you're going to do is to stay away from that particular thing that that person is accusing you of. Fumi says you can forgive but not forget, even after apologies. People are saying sorry, but their body language, their every other thing is saying otherwise. It's saying go to hell, do your worst. But you're using your mouth to say sorry. Even my people would say that this sorry has female and male. My people will say that sorry has female and male. When you say, oh, sorry now, I know that you're not sorry. But if you're sorry for real, it will be obvious. In fact, you wouldn't need to tell the person, Shebi Motisokwe, sorry. You won't need to tell that person because the person will know that you're sincerely sorry and you're working towards making things right. For me, it says in one's in your heart forever. Even when you say sorry, I saw an analogy on the internet. Somebody broke a teacup, a mug in different parts, and then she now used stickers to stick them together, and then she put sorry on all those stickers, more than 100 stickers to put that mug together. And then she said, and then she poured hot drink on it, and obviously it was just coming off. So he now says that, does that sorry actually heal that teacup? So I mean, trust is a very, very delicate whatever. Once it is broken, it can never ever be the same. And even if you're going to gain that person's trust ever again, you need to work towards it and not just be like casual sorry. What else do you want? To fair, like Fumi says, it stays in one's heart forever, no matter what. And they will make that person paranoid. It becomes paranoid, and any little thing you do, the person will start saying, who knows, maybe you have gone again, maybe you are doing it again, especially when your sorry does not align with your body language. And Mommy Joanoluko says that some people, it's not even given them, they don't know how to handle any form of emotional feelings. Some don't even know how to say sorry. They think they are God. The ego is out of this world. There's some people that will not even say sorry. Some will not even say sorry. And I actually know people, like Cam says, yeah, too late. Somebody says, say sorry. Somebody will say sorry and buy gifts, but still committing the same offense. You know what? That is emotional abuse. I know someone that will say, I know someone that the spouse will say sorry, she will even curse himself, Shanumio, I've done it again. I don't know what comes over me. There's something wrong with me. Blah 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 blah. And then before you know it, the person has gone back to do the same. Which one is actually more terrible? Not saying sorry and not meaning it, or saying sorry and keep repeating the same offense. There are three things.
They are siblings.
because there are some people that they will never say sorry. And when you come and cool by ego could just sorry. There are some people like that. There are some people, especially some men. I know there are some women like that, but men mostly. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be gender biased here. There are some men that will never say sorry. Then there are some that will say sorry, but you will know by their body language. Those are the ones that my people will say, what else do you want? Those kind of ones, or those that will actually cry. I know someone, he would nearly be in tears, he would belly and cry. More. And before you know it, they've done it again. Which one is really worse? Which one is worse?
The one that is worse is the one that refused to say sorry, that refused to accept it.
That they've done anything wrong.
No, they won't even accept it. They won't accept it. They won't say sorry and they won't say anything.
But can you show screen record? So somebody will do something wrong, it's obvious, and they will refuse to say sorry.
They won't say sorry. They won't accept it that they've done anything wrong. Then they would rather buy you maybe a gift.
And that is their own way. That is their way of saying sorry. That is their way of saying sorry. Somebody said, thank you, my auntie, and your lalaga, thank you for. Somebody said, I want goju okuni. For me says the ones that are worse are those that will go back. The ones that are worse are the ones that will say sorry, no, and go back. Oh, the one saying sorry and going back is so good delay.
The one that doesn't even say anything is because they are leaving you to your own thoughts. They can leave you.
And the funniest thing is, some people.
They will leave you to your own thoughts. And now your thoughts will just be thinking everything. Screen record for us.
It's okay. So some people, are so lenient. All they just want is just say sorry. Just say sorry. For you to even say sorry, that means you admit that you have done something wrong. But some people, they don't even admit that they have done anything wrong. Yeah, somebody said it's also same with women. There's some women like that as well, very stubborn. Okay, don't forget that the topic for tonight is talking about why some people are married yet lonely. Some people are married and they're like singles. There's so many single married though. Especially women. We have a lot of married but single people out there. People that are actually
living. Let me just change this topic of infidelity. Sherry, some partners, they can never ever help their spouse. The spouse will be lonely. Right, you. Let me say men again. I'll talk about women, people. Men, especially in this part of the world, if they see that their wives is collecting gyro, they believe you can't be spending it alone. Knowing fully well that the woman is not buying bags, she's not buying shoes. All for what you sort out to life and more money. The man will refuse to pay rent. The man will refuse to drop up, keep for the woman. School trips only just because of changes she can it on food. And the woman will be working. She also she'll feed you. This man will still come home this entitlement spirit will say, hey, wife me or show for me. Wife me, that kind of thing. A lot of them, they just don't want to help. They do not want to help. They believe what they mean. This man is just one person.
Welcome on board, sis. Hey, God, I beg.
She would invest all her life training these children.
Yeah.
Man would not support. So, only head in family, only neck in the family, only family to pay family hero. Yet,
God,
and she still keep up.
Lord have mercy.
Want to finish. This afternoon, I discussed with certain people. Please, I want to use this medium to say at 9 o'clock UK time and 10 o'clock Nigerian time, if you have the time, join Ashabi on Loshe. She's going to discuss what I complained to her about this topic we are talking about. So Ashabi is going to bring that lady on board. It boils down that machine tó fi ń ṣiṣẹ́ ó tún gbà girl yìí wá ń jẹ gbogbo èèyàn lówó because ó jẹ mí lówó lèmi pariwo ẹ̀ síta
Oh God. Wow.
You know, so some men are like that. They see you ready made, or
they still want to bring you down.
They want to bring you down.
Yeah. Somebody said some men will do something wrong. I won't want women to talk about it. You know what? They don't even want you to talk about it at all. Sis, please unmute yourself. What's the name here? Yeah, please unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself, ma. If you want to say something to us, we will appreciate it. You know, God bless you. Okay, can she hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, let me mute her. I don't think she can hear me. Okay, basically, for people that are new and joining us, we're talking about the causes of loneliness in marriage. Why people are married and they still feel single. A lot of people are married but they feel very, very single. And we're not just talking about women. We know that there's a lot of women in this predicament, but there are also it's also there are some men that are also finding it in this. And I wish there are men that can come on this show tonight. If you have a man or anybody that you know that is feeling like that, where the woman does not even just give a damn about them. You know, they want women to be nice to them, but they are not nice to the woman. How? I don't understand. It's not easy. You know, people are saying it's both parties. We need to stop saying either men or women. It's people generally. Okay, that's true. So, but Ben, we all know that it's it's mostly common among women. Women are really.
We're not saying men. We are saying people generally.
People generally, yes.
Women are very, very nice.
Yeah, people generally, but a lot of women are suffering in silence. I'm not going to lie. Especially when it comes to this issue of. You did mention something earlier, ma. You talked about issue of people confiding in other people. I don't understand how you and your spouse are supposed to be besties. No, what could make a man or a woman to prefer to confide in other people than their spouse? It could be both ways, though. Don't forget. I know that you have mentioned that they would rather talk to other people. I don't know. Maybe sometimes they spoke to the spouse and the spouse is not forthcoming, or the spouse is not helpful. I don't know. What could make a man or a woman to prefer to speak or confide in other people other than their spouse? Kí ló lè fà tí ọkùnrin àbóbìnrin?
Nǹkan tó lè fà á mà.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
When the spouse they are talking to or they've been talking to, most of the things they say, tí ẹ bá ní àrárá dálé má jẹ́ ká ṣe. A máa wò pé why tá a ṣe lè ṣe. They now see the partner as.
Antagonize. Go support me.
Well, then the partner will not think pé ẹni yìí ó ti rí ìrírí ayé bóyá ó ti gbọ́. So by so doing, I've told you about my business, you say no, I shouldn't do it. I told you about the new job I want to apply for, you say no, iṣẹ́ yẹn mo ti pọ̀ jù lọ. I've told you about my friend tó fẹ́ kó lọ sí Canada, then mo wò pé we are not doing well here, káwa náà move lọ sí Canada, no, má jẹ́ àwọn aago aláàgó ṣiṣẹ́. Ó ti di nǹkan méjì mẹ́ta mẹ́rin, a máa wò pé kí ni mo fẹ́ bá discuss. Then they will move out.
They will go and listen to where they will lie to them.
They will go and listen. Àwọn people here they read wọ́n máa parọ́ fún wọn, because wọ́n fẹ́ bá tiwọn jẹ́ ni. And a lot of couple, let me not say man or woman, a lot of people generally, if they don't get the validation of Arata, they don't, like I said in my text earlier, that they don't see their partner as any kg, want only more knowledge, because the Bible says as two shall become two, one will pull 1,000. That mathematics, so you can't wait your law, and two shall put 10,000. The Bible didn't say two will put 2,000.
Yeah.
So if the second person will add additional 9,000, oh yeah, come up, that second person wants the extra knowledge.
Yes.
Helpmates, they don't know she
yeah.
You know, so they would go out and confide in somebody else because they don't believe they got a partner over so
oh, makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, ma. Because I was just wondering why anybody would want to confide in an outsider than to confide in your spouse. I do not understand it. And you have just analyzed it. Sometimes it is see finish, or because they want to hear what they want to hear. They want to hear what they want to hear. They don't want to hear what the spouse has to say because they know that the spouse will tell them the truth. and they will, those other people would rather just come out or they make them look oh thank you ma'am, or they just make them look like, so they as a result of that they would rather go outside to go and confide in other people, and in the process of confiding in other people outside your spouse, that is the beginning of stylish infidelity, and infidelity will lead to one thing, will lead to another, and before you know it you will both drift apart. We need to stop doing all of these things. I don't even know why things are like this, and trust me, auntie, you said, you said something earlier, ma. You said it's very common among Yoruba. Is it because that is where you're from? Oh, if you hear from other tribe you'll be worried.
No, I said it's common in Nigeria. I didn't say
In Nigeria, even outside Nigeria, I had a friend. She had her children in my son's school. So I noticed that this woman has two children with special need, and this woman is the only one that is always coming. I've never seen the spouse. Every time I want to talk to this woman, but something is telling me, oh, but one day I summoned courage to speak to this woman. I'm like, how are you? And she said she's fine. I said, what about the father of these children? Did you just have baby for him? He said, oh, they are married. I said, so why are you always the one? She said, oh, it's a long story. So one way or the other, we got talking. A white woman, when she opened her mouth, I was like, really? So this thing actually happened also in the white household. So sometimes it's not even about where we come from. Like somebody said, there are two people on the surface of this earth, the good and the bad. It is because this is where we belong to. That's why we see it that way. A lot of people are suffering it in other tribes as well. I mean, other race, other whatever. And whatever it is what it is. It is either you do it or you don't do it. Kemi said the question is, do you know why your partner say no to your request? People need to try see things from sometimes when a married woman would definitely want the best for the family, and when you bring some request that they know that it's going to be a problem to the family, they will say no. And these people, they're telling you not because they want to hear your contribution, but because they just come out and say, oh bonnie kasha solid any. Let me just say it so that you don't say that you did not hear it. They don't ask you for your opinion. And then when they get in trouble, you will still be the one that will clear the mess. It's really sad, It's really, really sad. Now we've talked about a lot of negative things why people are lonely in marriage. Now, we've talked about infidelity, we've talked about confining other people, we've talked about lack of communication, we've talked about when you offend me and refuse to say sorry, and we start drifting apart. We've talked about a lot of things, a lot of negative things that can cause couples to drift apart. Now, let me ask a question. Is there
emphasize on family influence?
Family
family don't drown in marriage.
Benny.
They want to finish that, whether man or woman. Wọ́n fẹ́ finish wọn ẹni jẹ́ kí spouse tó fẹ́ liberate. They will not allow the spouse to let that family excel.
In the first place, some people don't even want that marriage in the first place anyway. Some family don't want that marriage in the first place. So they will do anything and within their reach to make sure that the marriage does not survive. That's another thing. Now, the question I'm about to ask is this. Can there be a positive reason for loneliness in marriage? If I may make myself clearer, for example, I think Bukilicious has mentioned something similar. Your job. I am working till late. My spouse is working early. I saw a clip where the man is always dropping the woman off at they always meet at the station. He's going to say, the baby is at home. Yeah, Malole, the baby is at home. Especially in this part of the world. That's one reason why couples are kind of drifting apart and lonely. You know what I'm saying? So I want to ask us, are there other reasons that are not really bad? They're not really something, bad that are causing couples to feel lonely in a marriage? Are there other positive reasons? I'm just asking. So let's bring it on board. What are other things that could cause loneliness in marriage that could make it look like this man is doing his own, I'm doing my own? Balloon Music, welcome on board. Please feel free to contribute if you can hear us. We're talking about loneliness in marriage, the causes of loneliness in marriage, and what we can do to prevent it or to stop it or to at least reduce it. That's what we're talking about tonight. And we've mentioned a lot of things. So if you can hear me, you can unmute yourself and tell us what your own experience is or what you think you can say about loneliness in marriage. Why are people lonely and they are married? You're supposed to have companion in your spouse. You're supposed to be able to enjoy your spouse's company. I know couples that mama irritate around. I don't even know. So let's talk about this, okay? And if
I would say,
yes, sis, go on.
Okay, I think I would say maybe unmet emotional needs. Let me put it that way. Maybe there's no affection, and you guys have not been talking, no quality time. You can cause one of
and there's a lot of distractions. Yeah. Quality time.
Quality time. Quality time. Yeah, then affection. You've not been touching your wife. There's no what like I love you. All this touch. Reassurance. So because this is someone you see every day. I don't know why you can't say, "Oh, you're beautiful today." Women now, the way we, I just love. Even if you don't, just say it. Even if you don't say it, at least I'll still believe that at least I'm hearing it. And not that people telling me outside that, "Oh, you are beautiful." Meanwhile, that person that I have in my house is, it's not even telling me, "Oh, how beautiful I am" or something like that. And I don't know. I would say the unmet emotional needs can make.
So what can make somebody do that? Kí ni nǹkan tó fà á tó fi jẹ́ wípé èèyàn lè admire spouse ẹ̀? Kí ló ń fà á náà?
I don't know. Seriously.
Because because
listen to that. They should learn because I want them to learn. We appreciate that. Alaga, and Kilisho, we appreciate that a lot.
Yeah.
Just tell me, tell me, oh, you are beautiful today.
Yeah.
I'm lucky that I have you.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. Meanwhile, you're saying the same to them.
Instead, you understand what I mean? And you will go out there, people out there will be telling you, oh, you're beautiful. Your husband is so lucky to have you. Meanwhile, the husband I have in my house is not even telling me, the husband is reminding you of your saggy belly. You understand what I mean? Yeah.
But do you know that this thing that you're talking about, that you're saying, do you know that deep down they know? And I have noticed skinny here, and I'm going to kind of eat up my words now. At least the itabamo lamaso. We know about the Nigerian setting, we know about the Nigerian men, we know about the Yoruba men. Why is it that your woman lera when it comes to their spouse that they are married to, woman turaka when it comes to outsider? And when I say that, what I mean by that is they will admire other people. They will tell other people how good they look. They will tell other people they will be free. They will, they will jest, they will joke. And as soon as they step at the entrance of their own house like this, they suddenly change. The countenance change, the attitude change, the body language change. I know someone that when you talk to them, they will give you one word reply. But someone on the phone with other people, they will joke, they will talk. And when you're about to be, Uncle Beja is so nice, Uncle Beja is so friendly. But in your own house, you are like, I don't even know what name to call it. I know someone that would celebrate other people's wives, celebrate other women, celebrate other people, but when it comes to their own spouse, they become so rigid. In fact, because sometimes I hear these women of God, especially Pastor Felix Sadejumo, that woman, Funke Felix Sadejumo, she's always saying, tickle your husband once in a while. Once in a while, just put food in your mouth and give it to him to eat. Some people do it, they listen to stuff like that and they want to bring it home. And when they bring it home, the men, they're so rigid. They will not relax. They will lose. You are tiny. Or come from attitude. Why? I just want to know, why is it like that? Why? Because a woman like that will obviously feel horrible.
Because of some women too, their husbands show them love and affection because of or maybe she has eyes somewhere else. Tí o lè show ọkọ ẹ̀ pé ìgbìrà lòun fẹ́, ó ti fẹ́ gbìrà no problem, ó ti fẹ́ luko, ó ti fẹ́ bọ̀dọ̀ ọ̀kọlà, ìwọ lórí tó fẹ́. You saw potential in him, but wàá wá rí ọkọ rẹ̀ àbí ọkọ ara àbíṣẹ́, you will start lusting on them. You won't be able to show your husband affection outside the world again. You know, that is so sad. Oh my, isolate ọkùnrin náà from you because ọkùnrin yẹn gan máa rí the way you see him with disgust. Ó rí lójú ẹ, ó rí nínú ìwà ẹ pé o like òun. Ó máa withdraw. There will be withdrawal. There won't be love in the house. The only thing to máa payé pọ̀ ni oúnjẹ.
Yeah, somebody said, I guess it is familiarity. They are used to each other. But if I'm used to you, that's exactly why I should be free with you now. Somebody said, don't kill don't kill me, Arauco. Yeah, somebody said it's Ogun delay. Somebody said it is because of familiarity. They are used to each other. If I'm used to you, that is when I should even be more free. That's when I should even be tickle you in public. That's when I should kill a share kill a finding room public, kill a share. That's when I should feel vulnerable around you and feel free and feel comfortable.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah. So how come it is because we're now familiar with each other? You are the one that was doing the chasing when we're dating now. I'm with you. We're so familiar with each other that we cannot even express our love. I pray that God will help us. It's a tough one. You know, like Jeffrey said, emotional disconnection, it comes from deep, it comes from lack of deep communication. And this thing starts from a little. Before you know it, it grows really, really bad. And I don't know, God will help us. Then somebody said unmet needs. When you're not meeting the needs, like the teacher said earlier, you're not even paying attention to the family, you let the woman struggle all by herself, doing everything by herself, that could be a problem. This Folake says, I know one man like that. He so much despises his wife that you will question how they got married. Kilo shele. About one day stage, I mean, I don't even know what to say. You know, everything needs a lot of prayer. Sometimes these things is not even about spiritual. Some of these things are physical. You know, we're talking about me. I know someone that would do Father Christmas outside. Everybody ló máa ṣoore fún téèyàn bá dé láti airport òun ló máa lọ gbé wọn tíyàn bá ṣe kíkọ kìnìkan òun ló máa ṣe everybody singing ọkùnlẹ́gbẹ́já nice. Meanwhile family ẹ̀ ń sọ́fà ń lé gidi gan ni o kò kí fún wọn attention. I know somebody like that. You know, and some people they give money anybody outside. Táyà bá sọ pé tí ìyàwó yẹn bá sọ pé òun ò lówó máa ń yà àwọn èèyàn lẹ́nu pé ó ṣe máa lóò lówó ọkọ ẹ̀ ló ṣe fún mi ní 5,000 lánàá ọkọ ẹ̀ ló ṣe fún mi ní kíníkan lánàá. Meanwhile the wife is suffering. Some are for warfare. Sister Fumi, please explain that, please. Folly B says most women change after marriage. When you are dating, loads of touching, but when they get married, they don't. I believe this is coming from a man.
That's the emotional needs.
Yeah, it's like we said, it goes both ways. When you are touchy during courtship, and all of a sudden, hey, why are you touching me for? Hey. Then I think another thing again from women perspective is women that don't look after themselves after the marriage. Some people when they get married, they become grandma. I understand that. And there are some men like that as well. So when you get married to them, all of a sudden they just careless. They can't be bothered. So we have to also look after ourselves when we get married. The fact that we are married does not mean that we should not be making effort to impress each other. You know that unmet needs, both physical, emotional, financial needs to be met. You know, also we talk about physical changes in the body. Like we have rightly said it, physical changes. Sometimes these things we can't help it. Instead of drifting away from that person, why don't you join hands to help that person get back in shape or something? You know, and if it's something that you're not particularly happy about in your spouse's body, instead of you body shaming them, you can nicely tell them and help them to work on it. Some people will be like, somebody says, how can you be looking at me after 4 children? You're looking at me, will be excuse me? You know, and that's why we see a lot of women dying now, killing themselves just to look good, just to surgery, you know, and it's not fair. And I want to them answer already, most of them, I want got in pot belly. So we need to understand that.
kò ṣe wọ́n rí bọ́n ṣe rí tẹ́lẹ̀ ìmí ìbáyẹn máa rí ẹ máa wò pé kí ni díẹ̀ yìí lọ wá dọ́dọ̀ bọ̀bọ̀ yìí ìkún ẹlòmíì ti bo third leg ẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀. I saw a video on Instagram. I think it's a church video. Wọ́n ṣe screenplay. They ask all the men to wear their wives' outfits. Oh my God.
I saw it. I love it. Some pot belly men were looking like, oh my God, yeah, I saw it, yeah. And and somebody says also, one of the things that I wrote down here is when you are not hurt or seen. You know, when you feel unheard or unseen, some spouse will block you away. It's like you don't exist. It's like you do not exist. Oh yeah, oh ni tasi e. Wọ́n ní bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀. Tó bá bí ọ̀rọ̀ wọn wọ̀ no ma fi dá ẹ lóhùn. Tó bá rí ẹ láàárọ̀ ma kọjá lára ẹni and everything. Mommy Jalo, look at prayer breaks every chain. There's a lot that prayer can do. Okay, God will help us. We'll continue to pray. And when you make your spouse feel unseen or unheard, to me, that is one of the highest level of emotional torture that you can give to that person. Now, we've talked enough about all these things. Let's talk about how we can help. How can we find solution to these things? You know, this loneliness in marriage that we're talking about, you know, let's take it one after the other. How can we find solution? And I know that it takes two to tango. It takes two to tango. A lot of times, it's usually one of the couple. One of them is one that is making all the effort. For example, somebody will come on a show like this and go home and practice what they have learned from here. But if the other spouse doesn't want to cooperate, it's going to be very difficult for that person. But what else can we do, people? What can we do? You know, what can we do to improve ourselves, to help to get out of this loneliness? Because I'm not going to lie to you, it is miserable, and that is why people are now beginning to notice it. And you will hear some people that are single or people that are anti-marriage coming online to say, "Well, I feel that say you are married. No, Sophia Lily, they're not making fun of married people, making it look like the so-called marriage self, na scam, marriage na scam, marriage na this." You know, when I hear stuff like that, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart really bad. So now let's talk about way out. What can we do? How can we improve? How can we make things go better? Somebody has said prayer. Well, we will continue to pray. Prayer is one of those things. So what other things can we do to help or to improve or to...
We can make a change if we are actually intentional about it. Communication. And as a man, if you man up, as a woman, if you woman up, if there's any word like that, stop reporting your spouse to unnecessary people. Stop making your family validate what is happening in your own house. Your wife is your immediate family. Stop discussing important issues with your friends or with your son or best. Talk to your wife. Deliberate. Talk to your husband. Your partners, they would have planned one John Shisha, one John Rowo. Darling, let's get a property. No, me fair. And at the end of the day, I realize let's get a property. I'm just citing an example. If the other party says no all the time, I have this money or we have this money, come out wasting. Outsiders will start influencing. Why talk question mama quality on the she won't jaw from profile
communication, we should show interest in each other.
I have a friend that told her husband, I just sheni, cut me. Me show washepo, me vesuku ojo ale. Nígbà tó ń dùn lọ́jọ́ sọ, and they both agreed. Ọkọ nílé l'Àkúrẹ́, ìyàwó nílé Ìjẹ̀bú. Tó bá lọ Nàìjíríà, wọ́n ṣeré lọ Àkúrẹ́, wọ́n ṣeré lọ Ìjẹ̀bú. Because ìrírí ayé ló ń jágbàlagbà, she has seen bóyá ó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí àwọn aunties ẹ̀ ọ́ ó lè jẹ́ online gan ló ti kọ́kọ́. So it shouldn't be a barrier. If your husband says no, I'm building my own house, you want to say, oh, go build it here. That's what Elomie would say no because of tó bá jọkọ ìsádà àkọ́kọ́ ìyàwó ìyàwó. So all the sweats of the other person will go down the drain. ọkọ tó bá ti lọ mọ̀ ń ta tí ò jẹ́ kí ìyàwó ẹ̀ mọ̀, you know, would eventually tí ìyàwó bá mọ̀ ilé tó jìjọ kó sweat and blood ìyàwó yẹn ọmọ àlè á lọ máa jogún ẹ̀. That's why tẹ́lómi ṣe máa sọ no. And excuse me, ìyàwó mi kọ̀ọ̀kan ṣe pé bóyá ó lọ mọ̀ ń ta, but family any very strong hold on her. Ihun tó yẹ kó wọn àtọkọ ẹjọ ṣe ní rọrùn, wọn á frustrate effort ọkọ yẹn. Àbí tí wọn bá jọ kọ, at the end of the day they will gang up to unalive the man so that kìnìún yà á di property ọmọ wọn. So what we can do is we should be intentional about our marriage. I want this thing to work. Mi ìfẹ́ kí ìgbéyàwó mi kó di àríkọ́gbọ́n. Mo fẹ́ kó di àríkọ́ṣe. Kọ́lọ́ máa fọ̀rọ̀ wa ṣàríkọ́gbọ́n.
Àmín. Thank you, ma.
So we have to be intentional.
Yes, ma.
Ọkùnrin man enough. Listen to your spouse. Obìnrin náà the same thing. Ẹ sọ bẹ̀ still sọnù dànù. Our family, you have left them. The Bible says leave them. You have left them. Cleave to your wife. Cleave to your husband so that things can work for you. Although I'm about partners go lẹ́ni wọn. They will allow you to do it, but still, there's still a way around it.
Thank you so much, ma.
From loving each other.
Thank you, ma. Thank you so much, ma. I can see Fumi is on. If you want to unmute yourself, ma'am, and tell us what you think, and please feel free. We're talking about causes of loneliness in marriage and how we can improve on this, because I want to go through hello, I'm not gonna lie, and it can be very daunting when you are in a marriage and you still feel lonely. You know, I think one of the things that we have spoken about today is lack of communication, and I think we should speak more to each other, and with the word capital intentional, like Bukilicious has said, be intentional about it. Speak to each other, listen to each other, allow each other's opinion to count. Even if you're going to turn down each other's opinion, do it in a nice way, not in a nasty way. Don't make your spouse feel horrible. Foley B, thank you for joining us, sir. Feel free to unmute yourself if you want to say something to this. We're talking about, all these reasons why couples are feeling lonely and how we can help ourselves. God bless you. Please feel free to talk, sir. We are listening. Hello?
I think one of the issues about communication.
Yes, sir.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think the bottom line is about communication. Then, two, having interest in what your wife does as well too goes a long way. It's like when you start going away, is that when everybody has his own interest and you don't meet each other on the radio. What I mean is that your wife will have her friends who have her interest in what she does. You two have an interest, but at least there should be something you two do together. Like, is it going to be one day we're going to go to the mall? Is it going to be one day we're going to go to dinner, let's just eat outside? Is it one day one day of the month we're going to just say, okay, let's get together, let's just have a walk around the area? And why there's a lot of problems that these days everybody's bottled up. And then two, most women, we need to be forgiving. Because one thing or the other has happened in the family, the woman is bottled up. So she's distancing herself from the guy, which along the line, you now find out that they're both moving different ways. So the woman to confide in the guy because of what happened in the past. They feel, okay, I don't want to reopen this issue. And at the end of the day, you start keeping it to yourself. You're drifting off. The guy is resenting you that, okay, if I talk to her, is she going to listen? Is she going to hear what I'm saying? And that's where all this drifting apart, everybody's saying, but when two of you, I'm not saying your wife should have an interest, she should have her own interest. That, okay, she has. But there should be a common ground that, okay, we dedicators say maybe once in a month we're going to have a dinner together outside. Let's leave the children outside. Let's watch
that makes sense.
Netflix. The little things, it doesn't have to be anything expensive.
Yes, sir.
And that's why I'm saying communication goes a long way.
Yes,
and
sir.
On the part of women too, there should be a bit of forgiving. We're going to, as women, we're going to offend each other.
Yeah.
But I've got instances of women from friends that they will open up a chat that happened 10 years ago in a marriage.
Yeah.
And the man was saying, so 10 years ago, you still got this in your mind. So, and that means that she's bottled up to that level. So, what she's doing is that she's showing the other side of of herself to you. Which should be case. If the man has apologized of, I say you forgive him, let's say you forgive him. So those are things that drift marriage apart. And then with the latest gadgets around there, we need to be careful. Everybody is falling so much into...
Sir, can I ask you a question?
Sorry. Can you allow Fumi to talk, please? Yes, go on. Yeah.
Yeah, like what is, if the issue repeats itself, she will bring it up again.
Okay.
Fine, the man has apologized, but the woman didn't forget. So if
during the apology, was he intentional about it?
Hang on, ma. Bookinicious, hang on. Yeah.
Yeah, but bringing up an issue of 10 years back into present, I'm just saying an instance is, bringing up after 10 years, you feel that, I thought this issue was gone or it's long buried and everything like that. But you now start wondering, is that what has elder bound in the last 10 years that she hasn't been open to you? That's how men will look at it. But you now say, okay, so that's why she's resenting me, or that's why she hasn't been too open. That's why I said you need to learn. If you say you forgive, and then take it out of your mind. Not say you forgive, but you still hold it back 10 years down the line. You're going to open that.
Does forget about it when they forgive? Does men forget about it?
We do. For instance, it's like, okay, if I can speak for myself. It's like me, I have an issue. I won't lie to you. And my wife knows it. I have an issue that if I have something in my mind, I won't be able to sleep that night. That's one bad thing about me.
I know it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
It's like, there was someone that said maybe it's a gift from me. I can't hold grudges, and I can't. Even my wife and I, if we offend each other, we need to settle that night. She will see me rolling around the bed. I won't have an easy sleep. That's what
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Friends, that's what I'd rather apologize and get everything out of my mind than holding back. If I hold it back, I'm the one punishing myself. That's my nature. I'm the one punishing myself because I won't be able to. I'll be restless if I put it that way. That thing will be a burden to me.
Sir, there's a question here, sir.
Marriages, that's why.
Yeah, somebody's saying here that some men keeps apologizing but still do the same thing. That is coming from another person apart from the person that spoke earlier. Whether men or
like, for instance, you don't want to repeat the same thing. Fine, I understand women like that. You keep apologizing. Definitely, if I apologize, I don't want that issue to repeat itself again. I'll try my best to be a better person or a changed person.
Okay.
That's the way. The woman is going to see you that
the person that said some men apologize and keep still do the same thing. You said in your own case, okay, you will not do the same thing. For example, you have slept with your friend's wife. You apologize. Obviously, you won't go back to that person. You go back to a different friend of your wife again.
Yeah, but it's still the same thing.
It's still the same action, but different things.
Why would I want to hurt my wife when I know the first thing I did it caused a lot of
exactly. This is what. Okay, how do you expect that kind of woman to forgive that type of man that keeps sleeping around with all?
That's what I said. Like you said, I can only speak and say if I offend you and I'm going to offend my wife and I know it's very unfortunate, I won't want to repeat that same scenario again. Because you say you love someone, you don't want to keep on hurting that same person. You don't want to keep doing the same thing. Just like you're doing the same thing, you want a different downside. It's not.
Can your wife confirm this?
My wife, yes, definitely.
That's actually, I mean, coming from a man, sir, I really appreciate the fact that the man is actually owning up to say, I'm sorry, when I do something bad, I won't be able to sleep. We've spoken about men that will not even apologize and stuff like that. But
it happens both ways. So
it happens both ways.
Yeah.
It happens both ways. But the major thing here is, I find you've done it once, I'm sorry, I don't mean it, And one thing again that we said earlier, maybe before you came on the show, somebody said it that when you apologize and you think this person has not let go, the only reason that will allow that to happen is if the person sees that the apology is only coming from the mouth, it's not coming from the heart, or the person notices that, well, you have apologized but you're still going back to the same offense. It can even break one more. And personally, I see that as an emotional abuse when one keeps doing the same thing over and over again. But as you have said, that in your own case, you can only speak for yourself, that you will never do that, which is a great thing, as long as you don't do that to your spouse. But there's a lot of men and a lot of women out there who would apologize 1,000,001 times and go back to do the same thing. It's an emotional it does give a kind of emotional breakdown for the other person, and before you know it, the person will probably break into pieces in the end. Before Uncle Foley came up, Sister Fumi, you wanted to say something? Please go ahead. Dempsey Cake, thank you, Dempsey Cake, for joining us.
Yeah.
Did you? Yeah, go ahead, please. Yeah.
I was going to talk about tribal issue. Like the husband is from Igbo, the wife is Yoruba.
Okay.
That is another issue. Because I have a family here that have that issue at the moment. They are separated now.
Oh dear.
Because the husband is an Igbo guy, and he was doing well. I mean, he's still doing well. But the wife is Yoruba. I tried to speak with the wife that, what is going on? This man said, you have been avoiding him. You decided to be sleeping in children's room, not sleeping in the same bed again. He has tried to speak with you, but you are not listening.
So the man think it's because he's from another tribe that is happening.
Yeah, the man is speaking that is it because you are Yoruba?
I don't think that is the case though, because we have a lot of people. In fact, I know someone, I think I've started that example here before, that married from I don't think it has anything to do with where she came from, because I know people that come from the same town, the same street, the same everything. In fact, the family know each other and blah 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 blah, and they still have issues like that. In fact, I know a couple. The woman is in a second marriage, and this first marriage is from Osun State. Now the second marriage, everybody was saying, hey, why did you go and marry from Osun when you are from Ogun State? That's what they were telling the woman when the first marriage failed. You know how we discriminate against ourselves now. So the woman now, when he eventually wanted to settle down, he settled for somebody from her hometown. In fact, street méjì ló láwọn. Wallahi tala yẹn ò tiẹ̀ kò tiẹ̀ bọ́ sí marriage yẹn ò tiẹ̀ kò tiẹ̀ manage kò tiẹ̀ survive rárá ni. You know, so it's not about where you come from. I think it's a global thing. Just do the needful. What will make your woman leave the bed? I'm not saying that women are always right. There are some women that are very, very stubborn, that are showing the man shege pro max, that will do that just to resent the man, just to show the man shege. But most of the time, before a woman can get to a point of saying, you know what, I would rather sleep in my children's room than to sleep next to you, it's not something that is very common. Dempsey K, God bless you, man. It's not something that is very common. It must be, one thing must have led to another, led to another, led to another, led to another, before a woman can finally.
We're still trying to know why anyway, but at the end of the day, the lady brought boyfriend with police to come and arrest the guy. Reported her husband to the police with her boyfriend. And the police had to ask the man to leave the house.
The woman has a boyfriend.
Now, the court said, yes, at the end of the day. But the man didn't have, we asked her, did you see this guy with another lady? She said no. What is the problem?
Hey.
This guy is an IT guy that is making
Let me give you an example.
On the table for her to use. She will not use the husband's money to sort for the house. She did not touch the bank card. The man gave him his bank card. This is where my salary goes in. Then use it for the house chores and every other thing in the house. But the woman who didn't touch the card.
There is something deeper. There is something deeper. There's more to it. Ma, before you say something, ma, Bukilicious, you know there's something deeper. Yesterday, I ran across Alaji Ariyomi's program, and a woman got married to her husband. One everything. During the wedding, she now put her wedding ring in an envelope. She put the wedding ring in an envelope and told the man that keep this envelope special. You're gonna, before the wedding finished, before everybody could go home, this woman disappeared. One wati. So when I haven't seen the part 2 of that. And they asked the man every question. Show Sheni, show blind, show Uncle no. And we have not heard from that woman. That is deep. For a woman to do that, she wedding, she everything, gas came, everything happened. That is deep. So all this thing married thing that we're talking about here, we cannot see the other side except we know the journey. In fact, them telling us we cannot know except we know the journey. Another example that I can start here is, I know someone that brought his wife from Nigeria. He went to marry the wife from Nigeria, and then he now told everybody, can you imagine, the wife that I brought from Nigeria has called police on me, and the police have arrested me. So the family started fighting the woman. Our son brought you from Nigeria and you got to the UK, you called the police on him. He did. Everybody better see shake from nobody bothered to ask the woman what happened. The woman now eventually said the day she called the police on her husband was when she has had it up to here. She was pregnant with her first child, and she went out one day. She wanted to open the door. They couldn't open the door. She knocked on the door. So when the man eventually opened the door, she found another woman inside the house. And this same woman has been coming from the day this woman came from Nigeria, that she has been enjoying it. So she now said that when I asked the woman to leave, the woman said, I'm not leaving, I'm not going anywhere. And she was pregnant. She was 7 months pregnant. So she said she got scared that hey, the first thing that came to her mind was to call for help. She called the police. And then when the man saw that the police arrived, she sneaked out the other woman from the back of the door. Now, if we did not hear from that woman, that man will go about saying, I was one that brought her from Nigeria, I gave her accommodation, I gave her this. But you've been keeping 2 people in that marriage from the day the woman arrived here in the UK. And the woman was pregnant. She feared for her life. That's why she called the police. So when this thing that you're talking about, you have to be careful, those of you that are around them. Because sometimes those that are perpetrators, they sometimes play victim. They will be playing victim. They will be acting like that. I gave him my card. I gave her my card. I did this. I did that. Kóbìnrin tó lè sọ pé òun ò fẹ́ káàdì owó. Mi ò ní pé obìnrin yẹn perfect, but there is more to it, if I may say that.
There is another one that I know. This man, Oyinbo ló fẹ́. Oyinbo yẹn, she wiped herself into Nigerian culture, the Nigerian church and everything. And lo and behold, this man was married already in Nigeria. Claiming to the Oyinbo pé òun ò marry rí. He will be talking to his wife in Nigeria. I just pé k'Oyinbo talk to my sister.
Hey, Jesus.
Oyinbo báyàwó Nigeria sọ̀rọ̀ without knowing. Oyinbo was doing everything, and this Oyinbo has a property she inherited from her late parents. Okay. Oyinbo now have a Nigerian friend to close the con. One day, she was on the call with another person, Toje Nigerian friend there. This man was on the call with his wife in Nigeria. So conversation here, they started hearing it from each other's phone. So the Nigerian Oyinbo friend now said, excuse me, who is the husband talking to? Only I is talking to the sister in Kokobe. Record, because Oyinbo is a very nice woman. Record their conversation. It was this Nigerian friend of Oyinbo.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
She would record and take it out to people to translate it. She eventually found out that the man no divorce. He didn't bring anything to the marriage. They make sure Oyinbo yẹn ta property ta our family ẹ fi sílẹ̀. They gba owó yẹn. Ó fi gbé àwọn family tiẹ̀ wọlé.
That person can never know peace.
Amen.
That person can never know. They can never know peace. They can never know peace. That they can never know peace.
I have this neighbor who's always calling everyone.
Sorry. I'm about to go to Abalakini Chinshe because of time. Please bear with me. I'm going to go to Abalakini Chinshe because of time. Time is fast spent. We only have about 20 minutes. But before I do, I just want to say to us that we can be intentional. I'm telling you, 8 out of every 10 marriage out there is struggling. A lot of people are saying the same things, similar things, very similar things. Loneliness, the man cheating, the woman, doing her own thing, and it's getting too much, Another thing that can actually cause loneliness again is domestic violence, emotional violence. Some people are, they are violent against each other. And a lot of things that we have talked about today, we have to be determined to walk away from anything that we know is causing our marriage harm. We need to work on it, not afenuso. We need to be intentional. And obviously, we need to apologize, but when we apologize, we need to mean it, and let your action speak louder than your words. People are saying this and they are doing opposite of it. It's not going to work. And also reduce the interference of third parties, extended family members, besties, and whoever, whatever they are. Try and reduce it. Admire each other. Why can't you tell your wife she looks good? Why can't you tell your husband he looks great? I don't understand. And of course, let us spare time to do activities together. Let's spare time to watch movies together, even if it's something as small as watching movies together. Àwọn míì a máa ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé èèwọ̀ ni, something as watching movies together, something as going to dinner together and just leaving the children at home. Even sometimes you can even do dinner with mommy and daddy only at home. Let us be intentional. Let's take each other out. Let's go on a walk. Báwo lọ̀rọ̀ ìyàwó èèyàn ṣe máa tàyàn létí? Báwo lọ̀rọ̀ ọkọ èèyàn ṣe máa irritate èèyàn? How can you be responding to your spouse with one word? Wọ́n gbọ́rọ̀ ńlá kalẹ̀. You would, then this idea of I have to be tough. I have to be, some people they will just appear tough, at home. It doesn't have to be. Your family should be vulnerable in front of you. They should be able to express themselves without any fear. A lot of people, too many people are lonely in marriage. Let us be intentional. Let's be intentional. It's too much. And I don't know why we are doing this. Somebody said Ogun delay. One of our mommy here said Ogun delay. Personally, I don't believe in Ogun delay. But if it is Ogun delay, let us pray. Hold hands and pray. And prayer does actually answers. God answers prayers. Let us hold hands and pray if you think that it's Ogun delay. There is no point being married and still be lonely. Some people are married, but they are single than single. Mommy just said like lion. Don't be like lion at home. Let your family feel comfortable around you. Then don't crack expensive jokes to your bride, your spouse. Don't make your man feel horrible by hurtful words. Words never go. They never go. They're so powerful that they will keep lingering on. And if I say I don't care about what other people say to me, I do care about what my spouse said to me. Like somebody said something as well about warning each other when you are going to go into trouble. They said in Yoruba that if you don't want your member of your household from eating a particular Lizelle Financial, thank you so much. If you don't want your spouse or someone close to you about eating a particular kind of insect, when the insect start disturbing them in the middle of the night, it's going to affect you. Wọ́n ní ká sọ fún ará ilé ẹni kó má jẹ kòkòrò tí ò dáa torí hunhun ẹ ò ní jẹ́ ká sùn lóru. Tá bá sọ fún ará ilé ẹni tí ò bá gbọ́ ńkọ́, sísọ ò tó gbígbọ́. Let's listen to one another. Come on, let's listen to each other's advice. Let's find solace in each other. When it comes to beauty, they said it is in the eye of the beholder. You saw this person, that you married this person, and the only thing you can say about this person is how ugly they are or how this they are, always pointing out their faults, always pointing out. When they are stressed out, you enjoy it. That is demonic. If it needs prayer, let's go to pray together. Ọlọ́run gbàdúrà, and let's reduce the work of outsiders. We also have some positive reasons for loneliness in marriage. Some people, their work take them so far away from home. Please, in as much as we have to work and make money, at the slightest opportunity, maybe your day off, plan your day off together, stuff like that, you can do that. Another thing that I know that is positive that can cause loneliness in marriage, obviously, is fatigue. Another positive thing that is causing loneliness in marriage is the presence of children. Once you start having offsprings in their marriage, a lot of times we women, we are more guilty of that. Oh mommy, we forget about our spouse. But also men, support us, help us to raise these children. When a woman has done all the wahala on a child, tó ti wá rẹ̀, obviously obìnrin yẹn tó bá dalẹ̀ kò tiẹ̀ ní fẹ́ gbọ́ nǹkan kan mọ́, kò ní fẹ́ gbọ́ nǹkan kan mọ́. Let's join hands in raising these children. Don't leave it solely to the woman to be struggling and stressing alone. If you support your spouse to raise your child, it will give them room to have time for you, and they will give you attention, but you're always pushing the woman aside to do everything. But so obviously ọmọ nìkan ló ń gbé, ọmọ nìkan ló ń tọ́jú, kò ráyè tèmi, ṣẹ́yìn náà help any. There's a lot of things that we can do intentionally. Let's work on it. And also we can attend stuff like this in church. They do marriage counseling. A lot of men will not be there. 15 it takes two to tango. A lot of things that we are saying that we should do, we have to both agree. If the make effort, the other person's effort will just be like a waste, and obviously we know that we have to forgive. Please, it is not easy to forgive, please, but we have to learn to forgive. However, as much as we love to forgive, we try as much as possible to not repeat the same offense a lot of times, even if it's going to happen once or twice. But sorry, they mean anything. I pray that God will help us. Quickly, let us listen to this Abalakinikishi. The next 10 minutes we can discuss this, and then we'll be out here. Thank you, everybody. God bless you. Let's listen to the Abalakinikishi.
Neighbor who's always calling everyone love.
Wait, let me start.
I have this neighbor who's always calling everyone love, darling, and baby. But that's where the affection ends. You can't even give her a full hug. She'll just turn sideways and offer you half hug and never chest to chest. We are responsible guys in the compound, so she feels free to come and go as she likes. One day, my girlfriend told me she was coming over, and since my babe is extremely jealous, I quickly called my neighbor and said, please, today, for God's sake, just call me neighbor or King David. Don't call me baby, love, or any rubbish. King David, that's your name. I thought everyone calls you Ajebo. That's when I realized this girl didn't even know my name. Lovely. That was boundaries. Keep that woman. Keep that woman as your neighbor. To make it clear, keep that woman as your wife if you are the one dating that woman. Yeah, keep her as your wife. Okay. As per the guy in the story. As per the guy, no. We laughed for a long time. She kept chanting, King David, King David, King David, like a mantra, just to cram it. She now joked that that's why she gave us guys pet names, because she can never remember anybody's real name. Later that evening, my girlfriend arrived. As we were chilling and watching Netflix, we suddenly heard my neighbor shouting outside, baby, my love, honey. My girlfriend hissed. Some people don't have shame. Are you the first person to fall in love? Why is she shouting like that? Then, bang, 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 loud knock on my door. My love, are you not hearing me? Calling you. It was my neighbor. My girlfriend and I exchanged God and beg glances just as the door opened, and my neighbor walked in with arms wide open. Are you hearing? So this is why you are ignoring me. No wonder. My rival is here. She hugged me and pecked my cheek. Then she turned to my girlfriend. So you're my competition. I'm Lucy. It's first love. My girlfriend just said, speechless. Lucy can't walk to my kitchen. Grabbed Indomie and eggs. Eggs. No one. Oh. You get plural. And she shouted, take it easy on my baby, oh. Don't break his waist for me, oh. My girlfriend glared at me, picked up her things, and despite all my begging, she stormed out of my house. I was in pain. I ran to Lucy's place. The wish wasn't even there. She had gone to another neighbor's house to cook my Indomie and... Now I'm gonna stop this there. I don't know how many of us heard that. Because I'm not gonna go and open what that guy did. I don't know how many of us heard. If you heard that story, can you just let me hear yes? Somebody said yes, so yes. Please let me know if you heard that story. If you didn't hear that story, I'm going to paraphrase. This is what we are saying about boundaries. There's this guy, he's actually not married. Thank you. He's not married. He's just a single guy, but he lives in a compound with another lady. And this lady calls them love, sweetheart, honey, da-da-da-da-da. And then they don't know why she does that. So the guy said on one of the occasions, his girlfriend came visiting. His girlfriend came visiting, and then she said he knows his girlfriend is a very jealous one, so he wants this girl, please, we are just neighbors, so don't come and be calling me love, sweetie, But when the girlfriend came, this girl actually came intentionally to his flat, and called him sweetheart, honey, and she even looked at the girlfriend and said, so you are my rival, you are the one that has been competing with me. He went into the kitchen and grabbed egg, like he knows the whereabouts of the kitchen already. And then he left. And when she was leaving, she told the guy, and she told the girl, please don't break my boyfriend's, my sweetheart's waist till, and left. Meanwhile, they're not together. They're not girlfriend. So obviously,
against that guy. She's a weapon formed against her.
So
she's fantasizing
This girl eventually left the boy. The girlfriend left the boy. There's nothing the boy did not use to explain to the girl. Girls, but
If you like, call me insecure. If you like, call me jealous. Anything want is one. Wait, my girlfriend is coming. Call me King David. Why did you? The fact that even if you don't remember my name, why did you even come to my flat in the first place? The girl does not know how to toast that boy. Like, and the only way to fail is to destroy that relationship.
So the guy
will be reporting. Yes, some people are evil. She just did it in a nice way.
That's not even a nice way.
Well, it's not a nice way to the girlfriend, but it's a nice way to the compound people and to the guy. Don't break my house. You gave me to my flat. To my partner's flat. Truth be told, she wanted the guy. She did not know how to toast the guy herself.
Somebody said she be real Delilah and Jezebel. Hey.
Yes, she is evil spirits.
Hey. She ruined that girl's relationship, that guy's relationship. Fair play.
She did it intentionally. That is what she wanted to achieve. What did they achieve?
When I heard that, I was like, oh my God.
She's doing it so that people would not even see. Single guys to one in the compound. And possibly our favorite is this particular guy.
So now the guy says the
fact that the guy warned her, call me King David, my girlfriend is jealous. Why did you even go to that guy's flat?
They said she was knocking really loud. She went to the guy said she knew she was the one, so she didn't pretend. But she was knocking really loud until the people she left. But kilo chele only bo she left. O kon storm wọlé ní kò tí ẹ dúró sẹ́nu ọ̀nà. O kon storm.
Stop and excuse me, what are you doing? My girlfriend is here.
Even at that, the girlfriend probably would still believe that. What is that confidence? The confidence and audacity. Okay. Okay, now.
At least for that day, girl, yes, what do you want?
Mommy John said that she won't do and she won't let other people do. She said she doesn't even think that she is interested. That she's just Otaolong.
She's very much interested.
I think she's interested. Yeah, I think she's interested in the guy. Now, the guy is asking, what would you have me do? Or if it is you, what would you do? Because we have only 7 minutes. Yes.
Sorry. Everybody is blaming the girl, the lady. The lady in particular. What about the man himself? We have to blame the man too. Because number one, somebody is here that is doing this and that. Yes. There's someone in my compound though. It's been disturbed. About any prior knowledge of what happened when the boy died. That is why I said he should have sent that girlfriend to go out. I think where communication really matters now. Because if they have communicated about it, then the wouldn't have gone the way it has gone.
I think your Baba said he should have pushed her out in the presence of the girl. It should not have been too close. It should not have been too close. Boundaries from the start. In fact, from the start, because whether we believe it or not, we women, we know when men are making advances towards us. So the men, they know when a woman is interested in them. I think the guy was a little bit too liberal with that girl, and But in this case, he's asking, what would you have me do? And I just want to hear what should he do? The girlfriend got angry and left. That's it. Only pé to come hotel. To tún wá wọlé ilé, tó tún ráyè wọlé, tó tún wọ kitchen, tó tún sọ pé má break it. Don't break my. The girlfriend got really mad and left. So kí bàbá yẹn ṣe? What would you do?
If he interested in that girl, go big girl, you know, see girlfriend there. Go force her, go cool for go baby. Me only can catch go 5 years. I love you. This is how this lady have been doing.
Okay, that is if she's willing to do that.
But the girl would achieve what she wanted.
Okay. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, I want to hear from one more person before I play the rest of this so that you can hear what the guy actually did. Okay. Somebody said, which one be King David? Like making like big. The man too is not serious. Okay. You know, I think that's a good one. You know, call Jack everybody more rubbish low shake. Call there and make sure we get yellow. Apologize for da. I think that's a good one. I probably would advise that as well. And then obviously stop whatever the relationship is, whatever it is, play, joke, everything from that henceforth. No way, you can't do that with me anymore. Does anybody want to say anything else before I play the last part of the video so that I can round up? We're about to hit 2 hours and I don't want us to go beyond that. Okay, let me play the rest of these.
Days passed, things returned to normal. 2 weeks later, God remembered. Her boyfriend came to visit, probably to spend the night. Around 9 p.m., he drove in. I waited 45 minutes. They marched to her house. I didn't even knock. I just pushed the door, opened, and entered with only boxers.
Intentional man.
What is hot?
So,
I have this neighbor.
That's it. The guy said, when her own boyfriend also came visiting, she went inside that house. Well, went into his room with boxers without knocking. You know that they are young people. You know, don't forget they are young people, so they're playing tit for tat and stuff like that. You know, that could result into problem. The boyfriend could have beaten him up. Anything could have happened. You know, whether this story is fiction or not, whether it is real or not, I just feel that one of the major causes of loneliness and problem in marriage or relationship is lack of boundaries. You know, there are too many people that are too close for comfort. Too close for comfort, man. Set boundaries for the respect and for the peace of your spouse. Set boundaries. Anybody what's in say my love, my dad, who are you? Who be you? I know someone that actually did it to me once. This lady came to visit me. Meanwhile, one day my husband saw that, I said, show Maureen, you only have okay. So the lady, I said, you know, my husband said, okay, oh. Me, I kept quiet. So on one of the occasions, this lady came to my house visiting and saw our picture on the wall and said, okay, I'm like, excuse me? Okay, you will see Oko me. Which one be Oko wa? You dey craze me. You know, that day she was like, it's not that deep. I said, no, it is deeper than that. I don't find it funny. What do you mean, Oko worry? You know, I also know someone who said the brother to her husband's older brother's wife is always referring to her husband as Okomi. You know, instead of Baba Okomi. She said this woman is always referring to her husband as Okomi. And they are not old people. Grandma, they're not old people, they are young people. My you know, it's just like my husband's older brother, his wife, referring to my own husband as Okomi, and also calling the children Babayi, Abi, telling the husband, which one is, you know, and the thing caused wahala in the family. The lady said, I don't care. Stop referring to my husband as Okomi. It's not your Oko. You have your own Oko. I've never referred to your own husband as Oko. I always call your husband Baba Okomi. And don't call your children, don't say to my husband, Babayi. No, they is your uncle. You know, can you cause wahala? No, family. These are boundaries. If your wife is not comfortable with it, then don't do it. If your husband is not comfortable with it, then don't do it. These are the reasons why marriages and relationships are drifting apart. May the Lord help us. For look at that said, as how now? As how now? And then, you know, people hugging other people's husband, pecking them, like that joke that said, did I just say, mwah? Did I just hear in my husband? You dey crazy. Don't do it. Set boundaries. Unnecessary familiarity can cause trouble. Let there be boundaries. You know, some jokes are not funny and it should never be.
Stop calling my husband
yeah. Yeah, some people, yeah, well, I know that normally if I see your husband, I will say hello uncle. But when it's getting to a deep, too deep to my brother and my uncle, hey Joe, it is well. Oh, God help us. Anyway, we should know when to stop. We should know when to bring boundaries. Thank you so much, everybody. It's been an amazing, amazing, amazing evening. What a way to start the year. Thank you, everybody, for joining me on today's episode of ETO IGBEYAWO. And also, I want to use this opportunity to appreciate all your contributions, your support, you for sharing this show. For those that came here for the first time, those that have been here, I really celebrate you. And then before I log off tonight, I want to appreciate everybody that has messaged me. I put a post on Instagram to announce my semi-retirement from the industry. I'm going to be giving us more details about this. People have been asking me, no, I'm still working, I'm still much around, but I'm only taking jobs that are worth it. You know, if you know what I mean. I'm going to be less available because I want to go into other ventures. It's not because I want to log out, it's not because I want to stop doing this, but because I want to have time to do other things. And of course, we've been around for quite a while, you know, and a good orator will leave the stage when the ovation is at loudest. It's a semi-retirement, as I said, but by the grace of God, I will still be there. We will work for those that deserve it, that deserve our time, that deserve our attention. We'll always be there. You know, this is not to say other people don't deserve, but obviously, I want to buy more you for now. So please bear with me, and I really appreciate people that are concerned, that have been calling, that have been messaging me, that have been saying this. I'm going to have a show probably to explain more about this. And as I said, it is not because I don't want to do this anymore. It's just because I want to reduce my workload so that I can focus on other ventures. Thank you so much, everybody. Ó máa ń wun ni wípé ká jẹran pẹ́ lẹ́nu, ṣùgbọ́n òun fa ọ̀nà fún kì í gbà fún wa tó bẹ́ẹ̀ jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi Yorùbá náà ni wọ́n lọ tí wọ́n bọ̀ tí wọ́n sọ wípé kò dùn kó pọ̀ kì í sì pọ̀ kó dùn, ṣókí báyìí òun lọ bẹ̀wò ge. A ò ní rí jù báyìí lọ lórí ètò lẹ́ni, ètò wa, ètò yín, ètò kan náà tí gbogbo wa mọ̀ sí ètò ìgbéyàwó. Let's talk traditional weddings and more with Bumi Makeres. Àmọ́ wọ́n wá fàsìkò ìsọ fún gbogbo wa wípé èmi Olúwabùnmáyọ̀ Ọ̀ṣíbẹ̀rù lílọ ni mo tún ti ń lọ yìí. Ogun ó lọ kò dé kò mà ní bá mi o, ó dé kò bá wọn kò ní jẹ́ tiyín. Mo gbàládùra lérè wípé ayọ̀ ìdùnnú ìfọkànbalẹ̀ tí mo fẹ́ fi yín sílẹ̀ ní òun náà ni máa padà wá bá yín lọ́jọ́ mẹ́jọ lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Wọ́n fàsìkò ìsọ fún gbogbo wa wípé láyọ̀ láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o, mo ní láyọ̀ láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o, ẹ̀yin ò ní forígún èmi ò ní fẹsẹ̀ kọ o, mọ́tò yòówù ká lè wọ̀ kò ní forí sọ̀gì o, láyọ̀ láyọ̀ la ó máa, láyọ̀ láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé, láyọ̀ láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o. Thank you so much, everybody. See you next week by the special grace of God. God bless you, and thank you so much. God bless you. Bye. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really celebrate you. God bless you. All right. See you next week by God's grace. Hey, traditional. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you. God bless you. Ilé orúkọ ètò náà, Let's Talk Traditional Wedding lètò ìgbéyàwó ètò kọ́nilọ́gbọ́n. Let's Talk Traditional. Ṣé ti gbọ́? Ètò Let's Talk Traditional Wedding ló lọ lọ́wọ́. Ó yá give them. Let's Talk Traditional Wedding lètò ìgbéyàwó tó kọ́nilọ́gbọ́n. Let's Talk Traditional Wedding. Every Tuesday on Instagram, every Tuesday on Facebook, 6 p.m. UK Talk àti TikTok, every Tuesday on TikTok. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fúnni lóye. Let's Talk Traditional Wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fúnni lóye. Let's Talk Traditional Weddings. Thank you so much, everybody. God bless you. See you next week by the special grace of God. Bye.